Straight ahead on 12 News Weekend, meet a Brooklyn Park woman with focus and determination, and now one very large goal. Plus, spring has sprung, at least on the golf course. We'll show you the changes at Brooklyn Park's crown jewel, Edinburg USA. But first, difficult times for a local elementary school dealing with the disappearance of a classmate. 12 News Weekend starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us on 12 News Weekend. I'm Shannon Slatton.
And I'm Delane Cleveland. It's been a long, exhausting week for Crystal Police trying to crack a missing children's case. Barway Collins went missing March 18th, and as of this taping, police were still looking for him, and the boy's father remained a suspect. This week, we had the chance to visit the boys' school. At Evergreen Park World Cultures School in Brooklyn Center, Barway was described as a polite, well-known fourth grader. Principal Cheryl Ray remembers last seeing him holding open a door for other students as he left for his bus ride home. Since his disappearance, Evergreen Park Elementary has made social workers available to students and teachers with an emphasis on being safe.
So we respond to what the students are asking for, and our school social workers are very good at what they do. So they know exactly how to respond to the students' questions. But we've come from a safety standpoint. This is a normal day, it's business as usual, you're safe in our school.
Meanwhile, police say the case has been made more difficult because the boy's father, Pierre Collins, hasn't been truthful with them. Police say they have strong evidence the father was near the Mississippi River the evening of the boy's disappearance.
Another big story this week has local soccer fans buzzing with excitement. Despite no stadium deal in place, Major League Soccer announced it's expanding to Minnesota. The Minnesota United will move up from the minor leagues, playing at the National Sports Center in Blaine, to the big time, where teams average 19,000 fans per game. Gordon Ferguson, a coach with Brooklyn Park's Northwest Kickers, says the news will only help boost local soccer.
Obviously, with this launch of the MLS team here, we have the vibe going through all the young programs, and so that's very, very important for us as a club.
The Minnesota United is scheduled to start MLS play in 2018.
Do you have an ash tree in your yard? Tree experts say now is the time to look for signs of the emerald ash borer. The destructive insect has already shown up at a private residence in Ham Lake. Plymouth City Forester Paul Buck says one big sign of the insect is if you see a group of woodpeckers pecking away at an ash tree.
Woodpeckers are continually searching all trees all the time, looking for insects, but when they can find a spot, they go hard at it, and that's where right now without leaves, if you look around, it would be a lot easier to see those areas where all of a sudden instead of the bark being brown, you see it real white. They've peeled it away, they've chipped it away, and now there's a pile of chips underneath the tree. Those are the ones where we want to go in and inspect.
Buck says if you do suspect an emerald ash borer, report it so your tree can be inspected.
In our week in review, a dose of good news for local efforts to save Osseo's 100-year-old water tower. A consultant hired by the city has determined that the non-functioning water tower is eligible to be included in the National Register of Historic Places. That distinction is significant because it could help the city receive grant money to preserve the tower. According to the consultant's reports, there are only 6 water towers like it in Minnesota. In Plymouth, there are plans for something new there. The Plymouth City Council this week approved plans for a new elementary school in the Wayzata district. It will be built on a site southeast of County Road 47 in Troy Lane. The new school will serve roughly 675 students in grades K through 5. About 70 new homes are also proposed south of that school. And there will soon be a new face to rally Hawk Pride at Cooper High School. The Robbinsdale School Board approved the hire of Frank Herman to become Cooper's next principal. Herman will take over next year for Christina Hester, who's leaving to become the new principal of the Fair School in Crystal. Herman is the current assistant principal at Highview Learning Center.
The city of Osseo is getting closer to approving a new logo. Here's a look at the 4 finalists. One concept updates the existing city logo. Another uses the city's iconic water tower. A third concept incorporates the Osseo High School Oriole mascot. And a fourth option has both the water tower and Oriole. The city received a lot of community feedback, and the consensus from the council is logo number 2 with the water tower. A final vote is expected April 13th. Well, this weekend is one that golfers have been waiting for.
Edinburg USA and Brooklyn Park will open up on Sunday after a nearly $2 million facelift. The grass isn't fully green, but that won't matter Sunday to golfers.
This weekend we're going to open on Sunday morning. First tee time's at 9 o'clock.
The third earliest opening date for Brooklyn Park's premier golf course will show off the first major facelift in course history.
Now we're back to our prime again.
The original course architect, Robert Trent Jones Jr., came back to update the course.
So he just improved on his original design.
While the golf course wasn't closed last summer, construction plus prolonged winter weather put a damper on revenue.
We took covers off last week.
This season, there are two reasons the revenue should go up.
With the early opening, that'll help our bottom line, bring in some more revenue, and also get the golfers excited because the course is done.
One big change golfers will notice is the bunkers have been overhauled. There's improved drainage and there will be less upkeep over time.
I think they'll be real happy with the redesign. Like I say, for the higher handicap golfer, it's a little easier. They'll enjoy it more.
And for the low handicap golfers, there's still a challenge because the bunkers strategically narrow the fairways.
Good morning, Edinburg Golf Shop. This is Andy.
Golfers are ready too, calling to check on tee times.
On Monday, what time?
Ready to get this year's golf season underway.
Yep, we have you at 12:06, Dave. We'll see you then.
2 new greens and 4 new tee boxes were also installed. There is a celebration planned for the grand reopening in May. Coming up on 12 News Weekend, you could call her the Annie Oakley of Brooklyn Park. Meet the Northwest Metro's finest sharpshooter. That's up next.
And later in sports, hear from the new head girls basketball coach at Osseo.
But first, a warm-up is on its way. Monday, temperatures will reach the upper 50s.
Welcome back. A Brooklyn Park woman is taking aim at the 2016 Summer Olympics.
Emily Quinier is an air rifle champion, and she's getting closer to making her Olympic dream come true. Sonia Goins has a story.
You want to go hunting, honey? Look at this.
This Brooklyn Park basement is more than a place to relax.
I'm just setting everything up that I need to set up.
It's where Emily Quinar is chasing her Olympic dreams.
It just uses compressed air to shoot out the pellet.
Besides preparing her rifle for practice,
I'm putting on shooting pants.
she takes steps to avoid injury.
Yeah, they're made to help support the back.
Emily spends most of her time perfecting her air rifle skills.
Minimum of 40 shots a day.
Once she's all set, a computer tracks her moves and let her know if she was on mark.
It tells me how my hold is by following this green line that's coming down, how long I'm holding and how good my shot is.
Emily has been taking aim since she was 13 years old.
My parents and I hunt, so they've been hunting since before I was born.
When she competes in competition,
This is what it looks like.
she shoots with pellets.
Yeah.
She recently competed in the U.S. Shooting Winters Air Gun Championships in Colorado and earned a top spot to compete in the World Cup in South Korea.
I was very excited, shocked because I didn't know that I made it. I knew I was close, and I just wanted to be in the top 10 because top 10 of that match got to go to another match to qualify for a different World Cup.
If she does well there, she'll be on target for the Olympics.
Even if I go there and do very well at the World Cup, it doesn't qualify or give me a spot to go to the Olympics, but I'm getting closer.
She dreams of adding Olympic hardware to her wall of awards.
Just being there, I think, is good enough for me. Even though the ultimate goal is doing well, it would be a dream come true just to go.
In Brooklyn Park, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
Emily will represent the U.S. at the Rifle Pistol World Cup in South Korea, which starts on April 8th. So isn't that neat?
What an amazing story. Number one, I hope we follow up with her. Number two, I was thinking, what if you put all those awards around your neck? I mean, she'd just be weighed down.
I know, and add an Olympic gold medal to that?
Yeah, exactly.
Even more. Good luck. Coming up, a Brooklyn Park woman turns her love of painting into a unique career.
But first, the Armstrong baseball team is aiming for a return to the state tournament this spring. That's coming up in sports with Jay Wilcox. Welcome back. Jay's here now at sports, and well, it must be spring. We go right from winter sports to spring sports like baseball.
Yeah,
All right.
being optimistic anyway, hoping it looks more like the season will start on time this year as compared to last year, that's for sure. The prep baseball season will start soon, weather permitting. Armstrong is hoping to build on a trip to the state tournament last season. The Falcons had a so-so regular season in 2014, placing 7th in the Northwest Suburban Conference. But they came on strong to win the Section 6 3A tournament and advance to state. They did lose their 2 state tournament games, but that experience gives the whole program a boost.
Oh boy, it meant a lot. It was really exciting getting to go to the state tournament banquet and then getting to play at Midway. That was a lot of fun, and I think it was a good booster for the guys, and it'll give us something to shoot for this year.
I think it's a great experience for them to understand that hard work and persistence and playing as a team and understanding roles on the team and working together and believing in each other. I think that's the payoffs are beyond just winning there, and I think that'll pay dividends for sure.
There's reason to believe the Falcons will be even better this season. They return their top 2 pitchers, Jordan Kuznia and Jack Wibben, who also play in the outfield. 7 starting position players return, meaning this is an experienced team that expects good things.
Yeah, we've been doing captain's practice ever since about February, morning pitching early before the school day. So, I mean, we've been getting a lot better, and there's been a lot of competition for the spots. The guys know that it's not given to them just because we did well last year, so they've been working really hard, and we're hoping to get a lot better this year.
The Falcons are taking a spring break trip to Lawrence, Kansas. They open the regular season at Waconia April 7th. Osseo High School has a new head girls basketball coach. Former assistant Jen Moen, who's on the left here, is now the head coach for the Orioles. Moen takes over for John Reeser, who resigned after the season. Moen has been on the coaching staff for the past 3 years and was also an assistant for the Orioles in the early 2000s. She's excited for her new job.
You know, I'm very excited. In all honesty, this is kind of why I went into coaching. I always dreamt that someday I'd get an opportunity to be a head coach. I feel like I've had great role models and, mentors to get ready for this, and what a great group of kids to work with. I know our strengths and where to go from there. I think I also know the areas that we need to work on and kind of where we can jump off with that and start improving on those things.
The Orioles finished 19-9 this season, losing in the Section 5 semifinals to Wayzata. Moen says she'll begin work soon on a summer workout schedule for the team and assemble a coaching staff. The winter sports season is complete for another year. On this week's Sports Jam show on Channel 12, John Jacobson and I revealed the choices for our all-area teams in boys and girls hockey and basketball. Here's a little part of what you'll see. Our boys basketball team starts with an award winner. Number 15, J.T. Gibson of Champlin Park had a superb season for the state runner-up Rebels. Star Tribune Metro Player of the Year, Mr. Basketball, and Gatorade Minnesota Player of the Year Gibson averaged 19 points, 4.5 assists, and 2.7 steals. Gibson all the way, and he'll throw it down. Gibson's teammate number 1, Marty Hill, will join him in the Minnesota All-Star Series. The senior averaged 17 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. A great leaper and shooter, Hill made 69% of his 2-point field goals.
We begin in the middle, and Park Center's number 22, Michaela Hayes.
But too strong, Hayes there for the rebound and putback.
The 6'1" sophomore averaged 15 points, 9 rebounds, and nearly 4 blocks per game for the Pirates. Hayes was named All-Northwest Suburban Conference and 3rd team All-Metro. Number 14, Champlin Park junior big Hannah Krimble helped lead the Rebels to 14 wins this season. The 6'3" junior topped her team in scoring at 13.5 points per game, while also leading the team in rebounding. Krimble was named All-Northwest Suburban Conference. Let's start up front with the top scorer among local players, Maple Grove's number 4, Josh Passold. The senior captain netted 22 goals to go along with 30 assists. Passold was named All-Northwest Suburban Conference.
A goal for Passold.
Number 11 for Wayzata, Sophia Shaver, stood out in the Ultra Tough Lake Conference and was a Ms. Hockey finalist. Though she missed several games while playing with the U.S. Junior National Team, Shaver had 17 goals and 8 assists for the Section 6AA runner-up Trojans. She signed with Wisconsin. And you can see those teams in full in an encore presentation of Sports Jam. That's Monday through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30,
and 9:30 p.m. So a lot of great players, a lot of great highlights from the winter.
Very competitive. Get into that crowd this year, it looked like.
No question.
All right, thanks, Jay.
Well, still ahead, a different kind of painting lesson.
How a Brooklyn Park woman is helping others learn how to paint. That's when we come back. Spare change is piling up more than ever at Osseo District Elementary schools. For the 13th year, elementary students are collecting money to help students in Osseo, Mexico, a rural community near the border. And listen to this. This year, students and staff expect to raise $12,000, which will help pay for school supplies.
I think it has been very successful, not only for the students in Mexico that we're helping to go to school, but also for the students here in Minnesota who are learning a lot about another culture and learning that they can make a big difference in the world.
When I was younger, my mom was a single mom with 5 kids, me and my 4 brothers, and she couldn't really afford to buy school supplies. So I just wanted to go raise money for the kids in Mexico so that they can go to school.
Some of the students, including Hunter, will be able to personally deliver the supplies during a trip to Mexico in late April. Finally, a Brooklyn Park woman putting a new twist on a popular art fad.
Wanda Mitchell has started a business hosting painting classes out of her own home. Cassie Bonstrom has more.
And then with the green, you can kind of...
Sitting around the table with a glass of wine in hand, these 5 women are putting a new spin on Girls' Night Out.
So there's no right or wrong.
Because really, it's Girls' Night In. Nestled inside Wanda Mitchell's dining room, they're transforming a blank canvas into an acrylic masterpiece, one sip, one stroke at a time. The class is similar to those held at restaurants or studios around town.
Tried it on my own. Never worked out all that great.
But instead of a large group class, this one is in Mitchell's home.
Somebody else need Burgundy over here?
A more comfortable and intimate environment for beginner painters.
I've been to quite a few classes, and this is the first time that I've had that almost one-on-one attention.
Oh, this brush does this.
An artist since childhood, Mitchell got the idea after attending a class herself.
I did take up one of these painting classes at a wine and canvas class, and I thought I could do this. They can each get the one-on-one, and it's a smaller group, so it's more intimate, and I walk around after each step to make sure everyone understands what they're doing.
All of the paintings are originals. For $25, Mitchell provides all the supplies and shows you step by step how to recreate it. Of course, there's always freedom for the artists to add their own personal touch.
Yeah, I like to be outside the realm.
There is no wrong in art. Absolutely not.
At the end of the night, she feels good that the group leaves with a painting and a sense of accomplishment.
And they look amazing. They really do.
And hopefully, a desire to do it again. In Brooklyn Park, I'm Cassie Bonstrom, 12 News.
All right, so go paint something. That's the lesson there. See you, bye, everybody.